Bosko the Lumberjack is a pretty good cartoon. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1932. It's directed by Hugh Harmon, with a voice cast including Rochelle, Hudson, Rudolf, Ising, and Carman, Maxwell. And it starts off with various characters, including Bosko chopping down trees. Very, very funny. We see a lot of people chopping down these big trees, and then we see Bosko, and it's quite amusing. And then things go a little awry as he gets chased by a skunk, and he has some interactions with other animals. But then everything's fine again because he has a picnic with Honey, and they're spending time together, and it's really pleasant. And then along comes our antagonist. And our antagonist has eyes for Honey. And it's up to Bosko to rescue her. And I'll say no more about the specifics. I don't want to spoil it because it is a really good Bosko cartoon. And I thought it was a pretty decent narrative. The pacing was really great. I think maybe they could have brought Honey into it slightly sooner. But other than that, I thought the pacing was absolutely fine. There's definitely a nice bit of comedy in here, not exactly laugh out loud funny, but enough that I found it to be relatively amusing. And the animation itself is really great. The character of the villain, the antagonist, definitely has a kind of Pete quality, an early Pete, Disney's Pete. Not that I'm saying they got the idea or anything, because he is just a generic kind of large, heavy-set character, but that's just what it made me think of. And once the danger happens and he captures Honey and goes off with her and Bosko has to save the day, I think the action really picked up and it became really great. Very varied as well. We get a lot of different backgrounds as we travel quite a distance, which keep things quite fresh and exciting. So I thought it was a pretty straightforward, decent Bosko cartoon. Bosko cartoons are either really terrible, pretty average, or actually like this one, not too bad at all, and I'd say it's slightly better than average. So if you're a Bosko fan already, I'd say check out Bosko the Lumberjack. If you are new to Bosko, while it wouldn't be the first one I recommend because it's not my favourite, at the same time I think it's a pretty good example of the typical, slightly above typical Bosko cartoon, and it's actually quite a nice introduction to Bosko and Honey and some of the kinds of stories you can expect to see. So not too bad at all. Bosko the Lumberjack is definitely worth watching.